What is going on, Flex Zone family? What is going on, Ravens flock? It's your boy, BKD, God's favorite host, the host of the Moist, back here for the Flex Zone podcast, the only place giving you your sports how you want it, when you need it. And what you need today is that 2022 Baltimore Ravens NFL schedule release, breakdown, analysis, and win-loss predictions, brought to you by yours truly here at the Flex Zone podcast. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the Flex Zone family. Join the family by hitting that subscribe button, smashing that bell for all notifications to know when we go live, when new videos drop, and when new episodes of the podcast are released Mondays as well. I'm excited. Football is getting closer and closer. We're inching closer towards the summertime, getting closer towards training camp. The draft is over, and the schedule is officially released. And the Ravens schedule is here today. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about the schedule. What do you think the wins and losses are, and what is the record and prediction for the Baltimore Ravens in 2022? Let me preface this by saying this exercise is pointless because a lot can happen between now and September when games actually do count. And I'll throw in the preseason games too, but injuries, free agent signings, guys possibly being released, teams possibly dealing with COVID, even still in today's 2022 world. We're still in the midst of a pandemic, America. Don't forget that. But there are a lot of factors going into an NFL season, and a lot of times games teams are supposed to win on paper aren't usually won. It's truly any given Sunday. And this year, especially in the AFC for the Baltimore Ravens, it is going to be ultra competitive each and every week they step foot on that field. And this team wants to smoke. This team wants to be redeemed. This team wants to have a comeback and revenge tour. And I think they have a good roster, still adding some pieces, I think, as well through the draft and possibly now through free agency after the draft to compete. Let's break down the schedule. Let's go through each game, and I'll give you my predictions, analysis, and what I think may or may not happen for the Baltimore Ravens. Real quick, just to run through the preseason, that gets started on Thursday, August 11th against the Titans. Remember, only three preseason games now with the 17-game season, 18-week regular season, one bye still. Let's see if they eventually change that. Then August 21st, a Sunday, they have the Arizona Cardinals. So they'll have a reuniting of sorts with Hollywood Brown. And then, of course, as usual, the third and final preseason game is with the Washington Commanders down the 95 corridor, Saturday, August 27th at 4 o'clock. It looks like that game is. The Cardinals game is at 8 o'clock, and the Titans game is at 7:30. So those are your three preseason games again: Titans, Cardinals, seeing Hollywood Brown again, and the Commanders as well. Remember, three preseason games now with the 17-game week season. Let's get into the regular season, guys. Week one, we go up to New York, New Jersey, the tri-state area. Shout out to all the Jets fans. Q, I see you watching. Sunday, September 11th, 1 o'clock. They start with the Jets. I think this is a game the Ravens have to come out, set the tempo, play tough, be dominant, and put Zach Wilson on his back as much as possible, make him turn the ball over with the pieces in the secondary that we do have. I know the Ravens did pass with Jermaine Johnson three times. There could be some motivation for him to want to sack our quarterback, Lamar, and put him on his back. But I'm going to give the Ravens a win in week one, starting the season 1-0 against the Jets. I think it's a game they should come out, be dominant, and win. I don't want to say they won't blow them out, but I think it'll be a close game where they'll pull away late. Week two, the home opener is against the Dolphins. Let's not remember last year's game against the Dolphins. We'll put that in the Men in Black clicker because we don't want to remember that Lamar played terrible and that was kind of the downfall of the season, and we couldn't beat cover zero. But this is week two, 1 o'clock, September, what's that, 18th, 1 o'clock, home open against the Dolphins, Tua and all his new toys, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Gesicki, and others. I think the Ravens win this game too, and I think the Ravens have a good shot of beating the Dolphins, avenging that loss last year. Let's not forget a few years ago when the Ravens did win the AFC's number one seed and Lamar was MVP. He had a ball of a game, went balls to the wall against the Dolphins. So I think he'll play more of the same against the Dolphins this time. Ravens move to 2-0. The 25th, they go to Foxborough to play the Patriots. I think the Patriots had one of the worst drafts in the offseason. I don't think they got progressively better. If anything, they got worse, not necessarily because of the pieces on their team, but just because everybody else got better. And I think Mac Jones going into year two will show he's a solid quarterback, but I just think we're a better team on paper than the Patriots, and we'll get some revenge on Matt Judon, hopefully. I'm going with the Ravens to start 3-0. Mind you, this is my first time looking at the schedule and doing this with you guys here on YouTube. So make sure you like that video, subscribe, let me know your thoughts on the first few games. I got us going 3-0. Then week four, Sunday, October 2nd, Buffalo is a home game. I want to pick the Ravens to start 4-0. I do. But I think this is the way the first hiccup comes against the Bills. I just think the Bills are a Super Bowl contender of the highest order, and I think they just may have a few bit more pieces than the Ravens right now, and I think they are more of a complete team right now as presently constructed in the Ravens. So I'll give the Ravens a loss to the Bills, going 3-1. Week 5, Sunday night game, October 9th, 8:20 at home. We have the Cincinnati Bengals again, so back-to-back home games. I am going with the Baltimore Ravens to get revenge on the Cincinnati Bengals. They flat out embarrassed us. They flat out whipped us. They were pretty much asking, "Who's your poppy? Who's your daddy?" Beat us like we stole something both times last year. Made us look like a high school JV team. I think the Ravens get their revenge in prime time, much like they did last year with the Chiefs in prime time. In a close one, I think this could be a barn burner of a game, high scoring. Both offenses showing what they're capable of. And I think that the Ravens get the Bengals back in their first meeting at home on Sunday night. So currently I have the Ravens at 4-1. October 16th, they go to the Meadowlands again, go back to play the Giants. I think the Giants are improved, but still kind of rebuilding, if that makes any sense, because I think the Eagles are the class of that division, and we'll talk about that later personally. But I'm going with the Ravens to beat the Giants in I think it could be a defensive game personally. Ravens edge out the Giants as well. So if you're keeping score, I have the Ravens at 5-1 after their first six. So then they have the Cleveland Browns home game, 1 o'clock on October 23rd, 1 o'clock. I think they beat Cleveland, whether Deshaun Watson is playing or not, which I think he will be by week 7. So I'm going to give the Ravens the edge over that. So through 7 games, I have the Ravens at, what is that, 6-1? I have them at 6-1 through 7 games. Then Tampa Bay on Thursday, October 27th. This is where the second loss will be. This is the 8th game of the season. I think the Ravens will leave this game 8-2. So Tom Brady is going to do what Tom Brady does, and the Buccaneers are as Super Bowl ready as I said the Bills are, if not more, with TB12 behind center coming back for his revenge after retiring, losing in the playoffs, coming back. Think the Buccaneers get us and make work of us on Thursday night. Not gonna lie, not really looking forward to that game. We may keep it close, but they may pull away. So I have the Ravens at 6-2. Then a Monday night game on November 7th in New Orleans, 8:15. They go to. So think about this. The Ravens have a game the 27th that Thursday. They don't play again until the 7th. So they have about what? 10 plus days off, and they don't play until not that next Monday, but the following Monday. So an extended bye against the Saints. I think the Ravens will win that game. I think the Ravens will win that game in a close one. I'll say a Justin Tucker late field goal. So I'll go ahead and give the Ravens the win there in a close one. I think the Saints are improved. Maybe a fringe wildcard team with Jameis in that defense, Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, Trevor Penning. So we'll see what happens. But I have the Ravens with the win, moving to 7-2 so far in the season. So 7-2 through 9 games. Then they have a bye week 10. So that is a perfect bye. Great point of the season, not too early. Late leaves you with the back half of the season still ahead of you, knowing kind of where you stand. So I have them going into the bye 7-2 with Carolina on November 20th at home. Oh no, that's on the road, I believe. Nope, it is at home, excuse me. That will be a home game. So they get Carolina, and then I think that's a win. I don't know who the quarterback's going to be for Carolina. Sam Darnold, Matt Corral. It don't matter. I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens to beat the Carolina Panthers and keep rolling. Move to 8-2. Then I'm going to go to next game, November 27th, against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I have the Ravens winning that game as well. And I think Jacksonville may be improved as well, but I still think that the Ravens are going to win this game. Just me personally. I don't think the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be much of a problem, but I think the Ravens should win this game, and I think they get revenge because what last time we played the Jaguars was that London? I don't know if it was London, but if it was, that was not a good last time we played them. But no, it wasn't London. It was about 2 years ago. But we did beat them, and I think we beat them again now. So let me just add up my wins again because I'm losing track here. But I got them beating the Jets, beating the Dolphins, beating the Patriots, losing to the Bills, beating the Bengals, beating the Giants, beating the Browns, and beating the Saints, beating the Panthers, and beating the Jaguars. So 9 wins, and what is that? 2 losses, 9-2. Then Denver comes here on December 4th. I'm going with Denver. gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a very, very tough game. I don't know what else to say. It's gonna be a tough game. Russell Wilson, Sierra coming through. Denver could go worse to first in a brutal AFC West. Ravens fall to 9-3. Tough loss there. I think it's a close game in the fourth quarter as always. Ravens fall to Denver, moving to 9-3. Then they go to Pittsburgh. I am going to give the Ravens a win over Pittsburgh. I actually have the Ravens sweeping Pittsburgh. I think that's the only team in the division they'll sweep. So I have the Ravens at 10-3, December 11th at 1 o'clock. After the Broncos, they go to Pittsburgh. So they have the Steelers. So I'll say the Ravens go to 10-3. Then they go to the Browns. After that, I have them losing that game. I think the Browns will be playing for something. It'll be December. It'll be cold in Cleveland, and there'll be a lot of running of the football. I think the Browns get the Ravens there. So I think I have the Ravens at 11-4. Just to recap, losing to the Browns in Cleveland, losing to the Broncos in Baltimore, losing to the Buccaneers on Thursday night in Tampa, and losing to the Bills at home. So, yep, that is 11-4. So, let me see. Next game, Christmas Eve, is the Falcons. Falcons come to Baltimore on Christmas Eve. I think the Ravens make light work of Marcus Mariota, Desmond Ritter if he's starting, whomever. I think the Ravens should get this done and get the win against the Falcons. Falcons are in rebuild mode, as we know. So, again, just to recap, Ravens beating the Jets and Dolphins and Patriots, beating the Bengals, beating the Giants, beating the Saints, beating the Panthers, and beating the Jaguars and beating the Steelers. So that's 9. So that gives them 10 wins, excuse me. 10 wins with the Falcons. They beat the Steelers again on January 1st. That is a 1 o'clock game here in Baltimore. New Year's Day is on a Sunday, so recover from your hangover, wake up and watch some football, Ravens Steelers. And then the Bengals on a road, TBD. We don't know when this game will be, Saturday or Sunday, but I'm going with the Ravens to lose the finale against the Bengals, splitting 1-1 with them, splitting 1-1 with the Browns, and sweeping the Steelers. I don't know who the quarterback's going to be for the Steelers, even though I think the Steelers. I say this every year. I think this is going to be their first losing season under Mike Tomlin. I think they could be 8-9, 7-10 range, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to go with, okay, recapping my wins: beating the Jets, beating the Dolphins, beating the Patriots, starting 3-0, beating the Bengals, beating the Giants, beating the Browns, beating the Saints, beating the Panthers, beating the Jaguars, beating the Steelers twice. That's 11 wins. And beating the Falcons as well. That's 12 wins. So I actually have them at 12-5. Flex on Family Ravens flop. Let me know what you think about that down below. I have the Ravens at 12-5. Is that enough to win AFC North? That could be enough to win AFC North. That could put you in a good position to win your division. 12-5. Remember, 17 game season, bye in week 10. And even if there's a hiccup, let's say they split with the Steelers personally and lose one, that puts them at 11-6. That's still not bad. And I could see that. I said at least 10 wins when I just thought about what they could do this season. I said at least 10. A revenge comeback season, a lot of injuries last year. I think the team is improved. I think they'll play better. So I'm going with the 10-win season. And then from there, I have the Ravens actually at 12-5. So what I'll do is I'll drop it to 11-6, just because there is times in the NFL season where teams win games they're not supposed to win and lose games they're supposed to win as well. Games they may look past, teams they may look by, trap games, back to backs, road trips. Teams coming off a bye, etc. Team just lays an egg. It happens during a grueling 17-game NFL season. So I'm going to go with the Ravens with 11-6. I'll say they split with Pittsburgh, so it drops into 11-6 instead of 12-5. At least a wild card. This has to be at least a wild card with 11-6. Maybe 12-5 wins the division. 11-6 could win the division because I don't know if Cincinnati's going to win more than 11 games. I think they could be around 10, 11. So if the Ravens can hold serve in their division and do what they're supposed to and win some of these games against the NFC South, I think they have a shot to legit at least be a wild card contender. So I'm going with the Ravens at 11-6. Best case 12-5 on the 2022 NFL season. Hey, Flex on Family, Ravens Flock, Ravens Nation, NFL fans, let me know your thoughts on the Ravens schedule. Again, I have them beating the Jets, beating the Dolphins, beating the Patriots, beating the Bills. No, losing to the Bills, excuse me, beating the Bengals, beating the Giants, beating the Browns, losing to the Buccaneers, beating the Saints, beating the Panthers, beating the Jaguars, losing to the Broncos, beating the Steelers and losing to the Steelers, losing to the Browns, winning against the Falcons and losing to the Bengals, and the final game of the season. As I said, 11-6, 12-5, best case. Hopefully this team stays healthy. I think they'll be at least a wild card and in playoff contention. Check out all the other videos on the channel. If you want to be part of the Flex On family, you know what to do. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. We appreciate you. We're moving closer to our goal. Hit that thumbs up. It helps out the video greatly. Let me know your comments and concerns, any questions, any thoughts. What you think about the schedule? Is it easy? Is it hard? Is it a long way to go? As I said, this exercise probably will need to be done again before the season, after trades or any other guys getting cut, signed, any injuries, things of that nature, COVID situations. So let's see what happens in the next coming months. But I have the Ravens getting back to the playoffs as a wild card at 11-6, maybe 12-5, could win them the AFC North. Let me know your record prediction down below in the comments. Hit that thumbs up, hit that bell, and let me know if you want me to do another team schedule. Any other team schedules you want me to break down? Get my win-loss predictions. We're here for you on the Flex Zone Podcast, the only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. We live by that here on the podcast as well. Subscribe, check out all our other videos. If you want to donate, cash tag the Flex Zone 1 at Cash App, the Flex Zone 1. We are the only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. Again, the Flex Zone 1 on all social media platforms, the Flex Zone 1 at gmail.com. Want to be part of the show? Ideas, guests, sponsorships as well. We appreciate your Flex Zone family. Let me know your thoughts on the Ravens 2022 NFL schedule. Where are the wins? Where are the losses? Where are the potential hiccups for this team? What do you think will happen? Are you excited to see what the Ravens do in 2022? We here at the Flex Zone are, including God's favorite host, the host of the Moist, signing off. Until next time for a Raven video, let me know if there are any other teams you want me to do a record prediction for. Might have to get Cravante, do a Commanders corner with him as well. Thank you guys as always for the support. Again, subscribe, like our videos, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. We appreciate you, Flex Zone family. And until next time for the Ravens 2022 schedule release, it's your boy BKD, and I'm gone. Peace.